How ready do you think we are as an industry to tackle the big issues of digitalisation and decarbonisation? Fuels, again, another issue there for training, age population, yourself, and then maybe Panos after that as well.
Digitalization and decarbonisation are two different but related issues, I suppose. I should say that up until 6 months ago, I thought the industry was way behind when it comes to both. I've been educated since. I've actually spent some time with a number of ship owners, and I've seen the degree to which they have gone in terms of getting ready for a future which is not really a remote future. It's a very near future. Yeah. And in fact, in some cases, it's the present. I talk to more and more members who have embraced digitalization, who are building vessels that will have alternative fuels, which will allow them to continue to operate in a zero carbon, net zero carbon economy at some point in the near future. So whilst I was a little bit pessimistic and a little bit concerned, I'm less so having had those conversations. Having said that, there's a few leading players who are doing the right thing. There's a lot of people that are still waiting to see who is going to be the next Betamax, because ultimately that's what the concern is from a lot of people. A lot of people are waiting for others to be pioneers, to experiment, to find what the next alternative fuel is, what the new engines are going to look like, to start training people to operate with those new fuels and those new engines, and then they're going to jump in. So not everybody wants to be VHS in this comparison, and nobody wants to be Betamax and be forgotten. I mean, I see some young faces looking at me saying, what is he talking about? For those of you that have a few of the grey hair I've got, you'll remember that when video cassettes came on, there was two standards. Well, the one you've never heard of, Betamax, was seen as one of the options. But the fact that you haven't heard of them tells you what happened to them.
Panos, let me bring you in on this. I mean, the whole issue of digitalisation, and maybe with a bit of a backdrop to the Greek market as well, and how the owners here are embracing that.
Well, I think that we're not ready. We're not to the right level, both in terms of
speak a bit closer, yeah.
Both in terms of digitalization and decarbonization. I think that many efforts need to be done towards that direction in terms of training, and maybe by hosting targeted campaigns. In regards to digitalization, well, the new era shows us how unprepared we are in terms of having the right people, prepare them to have the right technological and digitalized skills. We're not ready yet, but of course we are going to the right direction. We're making the efforts that need to be done. In terms of decarbonization, there are companies that are, let's say, more prepared rather than other ones. They have some more clear strategy. They have targeted teams working for the decarbonization. But I think there is still a long way to go. Thank you.
Amelia, if you did last word, have you got any your thoughts here on how ready the industry is regarding these?
There's definitely a long way to go, but we have made some significant steps towards digitalization. There is on board a digital library, and the people are already familiar with cybersecurity, so there is a lot going on digital training for seafarers. And now decarbonization is a bit more difficult because, yes, as already mentioned, most of the companies are waiting to see the results of the first trials, and then to decide where and which direction they will follow.